I like Sonic, right? But I never looked up Sonic on the internet, right? And I think that's what spared me. That's all what spared me from it. Do you think exposure to Sonic makes people autistic, actually?
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
That is true.
that is true.
That is scientifically fact. That is
true.
That is an impeccable. That is empirical evidence that has been studied since Sonic actually came out. But yeah. So that
92.
That's why. That's why like conflict is they don't have Sonic over there. And so they don't have any they don't have anything to obsess over that isn't genuine religious squabbles over Holy Lands. So
I feel
they don't have Sonic.
You're
and
right.
They would be a lot better off with Sonic. They would be a lot more.
No, they
chill.
would not. They'd be way more dangerous.
You know how there's missionaries that go over and try to spread the word of their respective religion or whatever. I feel like we probably need a
Sonic missionaries.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
To spread. Hello, have you heard of the one and only true blue hedgehog, Sonic?
Hedgehog,
Sonic.
I don't think that's
Sonic the Hedgehog.
And then think of it like this, right?
These fucking dudes all dressed up like fucking, in their ninja gear with guns. They're like, huh, what is this Sonic? What the?
Ninja gear.
What are you? I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. Where did they? What is the, when you look at the, should I even, we don't need to say that specific terrorist organization. We don't need to say their name. But when you see terrorist organizations from that region, what do you think what is the inspiration for their gear, from their ensemble? I
always thought it was based on Aladdin.
It's based on the clothes they wear and the area they're in. You guys are cunts. Holy shit, dude.
I'm sorry. What the hell are we talking about? We gotta spread the good word.
Oh my
we have to spread the good.
This is an absolute. I've merging so many things together right now.
I've said some fuck shit, Derek and Chris. Like I've said fuck shit on this podcast, but that was just so. I'm not.
We're not
Middle
saying
Eastern,
anything,
even remotely, slightly at all, and I took offense to that a little bit. Look,
all right.
Based off Aladdin. Right. That's crazy.
So it wasn't Aladdin. I'm sorry.
That's crazy.
I mean, Jafar. What makes
it funny is that these is like one of the good people you don't make fun of like that because they get active. My favorite thing
about it is the idea that an entire religion would see a movie and be like, oh, let's do that. Like the order is reversed.
We're gonna need to fact check that because the thing is, and what I mean by that, I believe you.
Do we need to fact check whether or not the Islamic religion came before or after Aladdin?
What I want to do
story of Aladdin.
I want you to look at people in the certain region that have engaged in those type of acts. But pre-Aladdin, I want people to look at pictures of these people, and then look at pictures after Aladdin and see. Let's
Could you imagine you literally couldn't prove terrorism before Aladdin? Like you couldn't prove there was you go back and you cannot catalog terrorism before Aladdin. Like terrorism did not supersede Aladdin. Like they made Aladdin.
I guarantee you.
And then afterwards, terrorism came into being.
If you look up the Mujahideen, right? The Mujahideen were technically warriors I think they were to disrupt Russia. I think they helped fight Georgia. If I'm getting this wrong, please correct me. I don't really give a shit. That's not the point of this. I'm just saying the Mujahideen. Apparently, the Mujahideen parts of it, Bin Laden, one of them, turned into. Right? We know what they turned into. Now I ask you, when was the date that Bin Laden was officially labeled as a terrorist?
Christmas.
It was the date after Aladdin dropped.
The day after. Aladdin's Eve.
Could you imagine the day before? Could you imagine the day before they're wearing like Levi's and like Adidas, regular t-shirts, some fucking Dickies t-shirts. The next day they're dressed like they're going to slumber parties.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that?
Oh, look, man. I love this so much. You know why I love this so fucking much? Because of how, like, if you log on to the internet right now, if you log on to Twitter or something right now, and it doesn't matter what side you take or any type of, it does not matter. People are fucking set. People are upset.
Yeah.
And I just love that we.
It's all jokes. It's all jokes. We're having fun here. We're not trying to rile nobody up. The internet's so annoying right now. People don't really. A lot of people who don't know enough about the situation are talking a lot about it.
Yes.
And I think we kind of are self-aware enough to know that we don't really know enough to talk about this shit in a serious capacity. What the fuck? Why would you want to hear our take on the fucking Israel-Palestine conflict?
We are not
valuable. We are not valuable voices at all. We can't change it. Oh, can you imagine if all of the strife and conflict in the Middle East, if there was a headline that said, "Oh, it was resolved." Because this really good episode of the Snark Tank podcast just really like, first of all, that would look really embarrassing for them that it took this to solve that whole thing. But
no, we got to do.
It's just fucking absurd.
We all got to wear hijabs, man. We got to wear hijabs for one episode.
No, what we got to do.
That's crazy.
That's taking a stance. So what we got to do is wear hijabs and a yarmulke over it.
I mean, I have a hijab, so I don't.
We gotta get Bradley Cooper from that movie to make an appearance.
I have a hijab on deck. So whenever you guys are ready, I'm not wearing my hijab. It's black and gold.
3
is beautiful.
prosthetic noses combined.
Never.
One thing I will say.
Why not? Why not?
Look, I don't know. I'll say this. I'm not.
You're an expert.
I need to know if I'm going to fight to the death for some place. There better be a Chili's. There better be a Chili's in that region. Because I'm not going to war for no
We got really
Chili
low
list.
standards. You got really low standards.
What are you talking about? Chili's is the absolute highest tier of mid-quality food. If you don't have Chili's,
no, it's
you have
not.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this.
Chili's is A tier mid.
Let
me tell you this, Sweeney. Let me tell you this.
You're crazy.
Sweeney,
You're crazy.
Listen.
No, there's no better mid than Chili's.
Do you guys remember in the summer when the pandemic was lifted for like a week or two or something? Do you guys remember that?
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yeah. And then everything shut down again. So there was that brief moment where we legitimately thought it was over. Do you know where me and a ton of people went to go celebrate?
Chili's.
We were singing songs
because you guys have chimp taste buds.
They were singing
you have low tier taste buds.
We were singing the Chili song. We were singing.
You like Raising Cane's chicken, unironically. Shut the fuck up.
It's not bad. It's not. That's not my favorite.
It's
not my favorite chicken.
It's
not my
favorite 70-plus-year-old grampa chicken. That's
it's
like
not my favorite chicken. I'd rather cook my chicken.
Hurts their fucking tongue kind of chicken.
Kingston,
you know what I mean?
You might as well be eating boiled whiteout if you're going to be fucking eating Raising Cane's.
The fact that you're saying Chili's is mid is like, that's giving Chili's too much respect.
You're crazy.
Dude, the Chili's chicken strips are actually kind of good, brother.
No, they're not.
Actually kind of good.
Stop.
No, they're 100 times better than Raising Cane's, I'll tell you that.